Hey guys, welcome back to our Never Give Up podcast. Another week that we talk about what's happening in the economy, what's happening right now, and how we're getting focused on achieving what we want to achieve, which is building a legacy. And George, I'm right here with the EXP Summit right now with the shareholders event, and there's a great information that's going on, meeting brand new people around the world. But let's get into it, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of fear that's out there. There's a lot of fear, I guess. People losing their job. They think that inflation is still up, and those are all the right things that people should be worried about. So, and let's just focus on what we could control, right? Because again, I can't control what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. But what I could control is my focus, what I need to keep pushing up. So, I think we talked about it right before this. And I was saying, I do think there's a $4.1 billion in vacancy that is happening right now where commercial industry, it's going to take an effect. This is just my opinion, where they're all going to have to refinance. They're all going to have to get, they're not making the income, right? Everybody's going virtually. This company is built on virtual. As of right now, we have more than 800 employees and still we are thriving and we are cash on cash. And a lot of the companies that are out there, especially these, let's just say, buildings that people are not coming back to work to, and they're going to have to refinance in another 2-3 years. Guess what? I think $4.1 trillion in debt, not in debt, but in refinancing that has to happen. Now, if you're making money out of those companies where people are coming into the office and you're leasing out those offices, good for you. I mean, you're doing great. But if you're not, coming from maybe 3% interest to, or even 4% interest, 8% interest is a big jump. So, there's a great opportunity in any kind of economy that is out there. There's also an opportunity to get your mindset right, to making sure it doesn't happen to you again. I look at this in a way where I'm like, okay, what can I do differently? And where can I set myself in a position that if it does happen to me, I'm ready to go ahead and take on the world. So I don't know what your opinion is. You just told me that, a lot of your family members and clients are scared about markets. So what's happening?
So to jump right on that, I love reading, I love researching. And the people that I follow, I've seen them. They do, like, just so you jump on a commercial. One of the guys, if you're on YouTube, you probably seen him. But his name is Ben. If you guys know who Ben is, you would immediately know once I start talking, right? So he's been on a couple podcasts. He has hundreds of $millions in real estate commercial, right? And he's taken a loss this year of like $6 million yearly now because of what's going on in interest rates. He didn't fix his rates. It's hard right now, and commercial people are not paying. Like, they have vacancies, emptiness. It's taking a hold. People are losing their jobs in software industries and other industries too. These people that I know personally. And so understanding, people are thinking to themselves, like they have the last 3 years, is it going to be another 2008? Is it going to be another recession? We always talk about it as highs and lows. This is a tide that comes in. And what you got to think about now is perseverance, right? Just as the tide is going low, right, it's going to go back up high, or vice versa. I'm trying to use that metaphor. And yeah, you guys understand the gist of this. So you got to think to yourselves right now, what can I do to keep myself afloat or succeed in the next 2 to 3 years, right? Because this is a time where you got to double down, like we talked about since January, and be consistent and be resilient. And we want to double down and talk about resilience. We've been doubling down on our calls. We've been doubling down on what we got to do. And kind of, we think about new ideas on how to use AI, because AI is a big thing now. And see what's new on the market.
They're talking about it right now in our conference right now. Like AI, you got to know about it, or you're going to hire somebody that knows about it.
Exactly. Matter of fact, to even jump on that, let's jump from because perseverance is basically just mindset. But a lot of people are talking about AI too. Right? Yeah. A lot of people.
I mean, so this is the time where your skill levels got to start going up. Whatever you're doing, whatever you think you're doing, might not be relevant anymore. I mean, to the time where just getting into the airport, it's like, okay, just scan everything. And I think eventually people are not going to have jobs, even in the airport. Yeah. Let's scan who you are, what you are, scan you down and go in. AI is defining a lot of the things that are happening. Can you be scared of it? I don't think so. You should be scared of it. I think you need to utilize it, right? You utilize it in your best interest. So, let's go back to what you should do right now. In my opinion, when I was in 2007, I knew I had to create a different skill level. I knew I had to go out there and invest in myself. I knew that I had to be a different individual to make it in this market. Because if I didn't make it, I mean, imagine having 1.6 million, I think it was 1.3 million agents around the country and drop down to 600,000 agents. Wow. That's more than half, right? People were leaving real estate, and whoever you meet right now, I was a realtor. I took my classes. It's great, but as a top agent and as someone who's consistently building their skill level, is what you have to ask yourself. What skill level do you need? We talked about the AI. Okay, how can we sell properties right now in AI systems, right? How can we develop something, a platform, and I'm not trying to recreate the wheel, just how can we sell something on providing to this seller, he got 9 lots, how can we help him? And how can we do that, right? Thinking outside the box. What are you doing right now? Are you thinking outside the box? You're on the same trajectory, right? Nothing's going to change. Well, that's wrong, right? So you have to think outside the box. Even today, I learned, hey, get your videos up onto Google. And now I think business Bing or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think business something like that.
And if you're in business right now, what you need to take away from this is how can I get more real customers feedback on a video, 15 or 20 seconds, right? People have created strategies behind that, thinking outside the box, giving them $200, giving them, free cruise. I don't know. But what I do know is that we have to create a different skill level. And whatever skill level that you have to really, really, really hone down on that and sharpen that skill level, right?
Yeah.
It to the extent that, hey, I got to go with the time that's going to change, or you're going to be out of job, right? AIs are taking over. I mean, you talked about somebody that
people are making videos, shorts, everything with it. Because if you connect it, it automates it, and you can do rapid fire YouTube shorts for marketing. You can do it for real estate templates. You can do it for pretty much books. They're actually doing children books with it. Where now, before you go for 10 years to actually publish, you just do it in about 24 hours if you're actually really good with it. It's crazy.
Instant access to all this information. So think about where you're at right now. I do feel a little bit with the programmers. I think the AI is going to eliminate that. And eventually, you have to have a certain different skill level, like a mastery in something that you don't know about. I think what we're saying right now is that in this market, regardless of the doom days that's coming ahead, or people telling you, I read somewhere the inflation with the interest rate, really you're making no money, but everything's expensive right now. Food is gas is expensive. My Con Ed went up, my electric went up, everything's going up, right?
Food, everything, groceries, gas, everything.
Everybody has to adjust, right? Even in our MLS dues. Like, I don't remember ever paying $600-700 for MLS dues. I'm like, but they have to readjust it. So what you have to sit back and think about is that where do I stand at my skill level? Have I just maintained one skill level and never learned? Have I gained more access, I think bigger, to thinking, hey, I could gain another access to another skill level, right? What can I do right now? Because you're going to have this free time. You're going to have this time to kind of sit back and either moan and grind, or you're going to be that ruthless individual that's never going to give up. It's going to say, hey, I don't care what hits me. I got to go build something else. How I'm going to build it is really the questions. What I'm going to build, how I'm going to build.
Yeah. And you got to invest in yourself. This is the time where you invest in yourself and you, like you said, build up your skills. Like I saw a video of this guy, he said he put 5 things on the table, right? 5 different skill sets, like in his industry that he can go into, and he pick one and just for the next couple months hammered it in. You guys got to do that. Whatever industry you're in, it would be real estate, whether it be finance, whether it be in whatever it might be. Read, practice, do something in order to improve your skill set. So people are like, hey, this person adds value. I'm going to work with them even during this time. Or this company, like, I'm going to keep this guy. We need him. Or even if you get laid off, I can start my own because I know how to do it.
And you're going to have failures, right? That failure is going to be a momentum that's going to move forward. And with those failures is what am I learning? Sit back and ask yourself, what did I learn? What did I gain out of this? What did I experience out of this? Because it's actually not a failure. It's a data entry that you have just gained something, a data that you said, hey, this shit works. I just got to be consistent on it, right? I think those days where everybody, it's still going to be there. I can't even tell you it's not going to be there. So I can't even project that. But in real estate, I could tell you where you put up a property and it sells by itself, it's not going to be happening, or you get a buyer, right? You got to go outside the market. You got to go expand what your thinking process is. And eventually you're going to be at a point that you're going to be an expert in what you're doing. The question really goes back. Are you an expert, or are you just the average? Yeah. Can I just hire anyone? When we talk about real estate, I always say to myself, what is the difference between me and this other agent? Can I just hire another agent, right? Or if they don't hire me, what are they going to lose? And there's a lot to lose when you don't hire an expert like myself, right? So again, you need to know your value proposition. And if you don't know that, you need to build the next skill level. Like again, we just said, we're going to build AI skill level where we're going to use those templates to kind of, wow the clients. Like, okay, nobody's doing this. What are we doing different? We're going to resell your property 10 times faster. How? Because we're going to use a system that's going to create videos, posters, websites, and all of a sudden we're going to be pushing that, and we're going to get more attention. And the more attention that you're going to get, the more people that are going to view it.
Exactly. And pretty much that was a pretty good episode. Everything added on there, guys. The biggest takeaways though overall is, even though you have this fear, even though everyone's going to give you this doomsday, invest in yourself, be resilient, figure out your skill set, and become an expert in the field that you're in. This is a time to double down, triple down, and say, I'm all in, let me get this done, and let me become the best I can. And don't let anything distract you, just go straight into it. And expected failures, but work past it, journal it down, figure out what works and doesn't work, and keep going. That's the point of never giving up.
Yep. Never give up, guys. Never give up on your dream. Never give up what you want to do. Take care of your family, whatever it might be. This podcast is all about that. This podcast is about the mindset that you have to put into surrounding people with more, who are doing more, or just achieving for more. And I'll go back right now. Honestly, I didn't want to come to this convention. And now I'm like, okay, probably what I needed in my life right now. Just what I needed to kind of get out of my, okay, how do I attract more clients? How do I service more clients? How do I use AI? What am I doing in this business? And literally, this whole event's going to pay for itself just because I got a couple of ideas and I'm executing on them. And again, like I said, even if you think that you failed yesterday or today, use that as the data entry for yourself to get better. Hope you had an amazing talk. I think this was a good one, man. I mean, this is something everybody's facing right now. Let's get this out there and reach out to us, guys. If you guys want to chat, you want to come on the podcast, let us know. We would love to have you. We know we're getting more downloads than ever before, which is awesome. And, be consistent. Have an amazing day.
Have an amazing day, guys. See you next week.